The Russian Navy has received the world's longest known submarine, which its manufacturer touts as a research vessel, but others believe a platform for espionage and possibly nuclear weapons. What is the exact theory behind this Russian submarine that came to focus recently? Is it powerful enough to make a nuclear tsunami? How is it designed? Well, stay tuned to find out what this Russian submarine is capable of doing. The Russian Navy has received the world's longest submarine, the Belgorod research sub. The 600-foot twin-reactor 24,000-ton submarine is equipped with 6 Poseidon nuclear-armed torpedoes, making it the world's most heavily armed research vessel. Russian officials praised its groundbreaking scientific capabilities during the delivery ceremony. The vessel is designed to solve diverse scientific problems, conduct search and rescue operations, and can also be used as a carrier for rescue deep-sea and autonomous uninhabited underwater vehicles. According to shipyard Sevmash, these vehicles could include the highly classified spy submarine Lo Sharik, which is suspected of interfering with subsea communication cables. The submarine Belgorod opens up new opportunities for Russia to conduct various studies as well as diverse scientific expeditions and rescue operations in the world's most remote ocean areas, said Russian Navy Commander-in-Chief Admiral Nikolai Evmenov. The Belgorod is the world's longest submarine, outlasting the massive Soviet-era Typhoon class, though not the displacement. Like the Typhoon, Belgorod's primary mission is to deliver nuclear warheads. The compartment forward of her conning tower houses 6 Poseidon Status 6 oceanic multipurpose systems, nuclear-powered, nuclear-armed intercontinental torpedoes that are the only weapons of their kind. The Poseidon Doomsday device is designed to travel up to 5,000 nautical miles at speeds of ranging from 5T. The Poseidon Doomsday device is designed to travel up to 5,000 nautical miles at speeds ranging from 50 to 100 knots, transit to a harbor or near coastal area, and detonate a nuclear warhead. The immediate consequences of the explosion would be severe. Still, the real goal would be to coat large swaths of the surrounding coastline with radioactive fallout, a long, lasting, and difficult to remediate hazard of underwater nuclear detonations. In addition, submersible delivery would avoid American missile defense capabilities. Belgorod is also equipped to serve a mothership platform for research submarines, most likely including Russia's manned mini-subs used for tampering with subsea fiber optic cables. In recent years, Russian activity near subsea cable runs has increased, raising concerns about the security of data infrastructure that transports 95% of intercontinental internet traffic. Specifications of Belgorod. World's longest submarine, Belgorod is 604 feet long, and it is said to be ready for service after successful trials. The 14,700-ton war machine was lengthened to accommodate the nuclear-tipped Poseidon torpedoes guided by artificial intelligence. It also has secret compartments, a la James Bond villains, to launch mini-subs and drones for covert sabotage and spying missions like cutting undersea cables. However, at a handover ceremony, shipbuilders Sevmash and naval top brass emphasized only its research capabilities. Despite previous claims of fearsome weaponry, state news agency TASS reported today that the submarine was designed to solve diverse scientific problems. The ceremony comes after the Belgorod was spotted sailing in the White Sea alongside 40-year-old Dmitry Donskoy, the world's second-largest submarine. Last year, amid threats to sink British and US warships in the Black Sea, the Belgorod quietly set sail for the first time. Then, in January, Russian sources stated that sea trials were nearly completed and that the ship was still months away from entering service. The Belgorod nuclear submarine will be transferred to the fleet in the summer of 2022, TASS reported at the time. It is assumed that this event can be scheduled to coincide with Russian Navy Day, which will be celebrated on July 31st. Capabilities of Belgorod. The Belgorod has been a game-changer for Putin's navy. Yes, for the same navy who has been humiliated in the Ukraine war. It is said to have been a development since before the fall of the Soviet Union. Based on Oscar second-class cruise missile submarines, the groundbreaking design has been extensively modified to specialize in covert missions. Shipbuilders had to add 100 feet of the hull's massive length to accommodate the massive Poseidon doomsday drones. It makes the Belgorod, which is twice the size of the Royal Navy's Astute-class attack submarines, the world's largest submarine. The world's longest submarine. It is also 30 feet longer than the Soviet Union's Typhoon-class ballistic missile submarines, which are the largest ever built at 48,000 tons and 574 feet. It will reportedly serve in the Pacific Fleet, putting US naval bases on the West Coast, a major sites, and major cities like Los Angeles at risk. According to the Kremlin, it will carry up to 8 Poseidons, each 79 feet long and ready to unleash Armageddon. The autonomous AI-powered torpedoes are said to be nuclear-powered and are capable of speeding past underwater defenses at speeds ranging from 70 to 125 knots. A 2-megaton warhead is intended to cause a tsunami, generating a 300-foot wall of radioactive water that would destroy coastal cities. Russian propaganda videos also demonstrate how the long-range Poseidon could be used to destroy entire US aircraft carrier groups. The Belgorod is also equipped with hidden compartments that open to launch smaller vessels and then swallow them back inside. Harpsichord 2P-2M pocket submarines with a range of 27 miles can be used for black ops sabotage. Deep-sea spy subs slung beneath the mothership's belly can also be deployed to lurk on the ocean floor. Threat from Belgorod. One attack that could bring the West to its knees would involve the mini-robot sub's arms tapping into or cutting undersea phone cables. They carry 97% of internet traffic and can handle $10 trillion in financial transactions every day. It could bring the internet to a halt, cut Britain off the rest of the world, halt financial transactions, and jeopardize communications with the military abroad. It is feared that Russia could steal secrets by tapping the cables used by the US to communicate to NATO allies. The Henry Jackson Society's defense expert Rob Clark told The Sun Online that the threat from secretive Russian subs is very real. Their goal is to retain the credible capability of either disrupting or destroying the cables that the UK's economy and entire communications rely on. He said, even minor damage can cause untold chaos and disruption in the United Kingdom. The Kremlin regards the massive submarine as a true game-changer. The Russian Navy will operate it, but its missions will be overseen by a shadowy military branch that reports directly to Putin. The secretive Main Directorate of Deep Sea Research, GUGI, is on a mission to deal a devastating blow to the West. The Royal United Services Institute, Dr. Siddharth Kaushal, previously stated that the underwater war machines are critical to the Kremlin's plans. According to some sources, the Belgorod type can also serve as the mothership for a single nuclear-powered mini-submarine of the 18511 projects, also known as the Paltus type Project 1851, which will be used to plant a self-contained mini-nuclear reactor of the ATGU shelf type on the seabed. The ATGU shelf is being developed for autonomous power generation of underwater sensor arrays. The submarine could attach a single ATGU unit to its center deck section at a time. The Belgorod will also operate the unmanned underwater sensor vehicles Clavson 2RM. The loss of the Losherik nuclear mini-submarine following a major fire in 2019 has resulted in a significant setback for the Belgorod program. At the time, some sources believe that Poseidon's full deployment will not take place until around 2027. Motive behind the creation of Belgorod. The Belgorod project aims to create a multi-role submarine platform with extensive intelligence capabilities in addition to its combat role. Among the strategic goals that influence the redesign of the K329 Belgorod is the desire to establish and exploit the Arctic shelf in short to medium term, primarily for the exploitation of energy sources in the high north, but also for control of the increasingly important sea trade route through the Arctic Ocean due to melting Arctic ice. A new project to modernize and deploy a network of sonar listening stations on the Arctic seabed is an example of the shift toward the Arctic region. High-ranking Pentagon officials and officers from the NATO member states expressed concern about Russia's plans for undersea telecommunication cables between the end of 2015 and the end of 2017. The Russian Defense Military's new goal of deploying the K329 to the Pacific Ocean in April 2021 coincides with rising military tensions in the Pacific North. When the submarine was commissioned in July 2021, it was reported that she would first serve as an experimental vessel with the Northern Fleet before transferring to the Pacific. I hope now you understand the specifications, capabilities, threats, and reasons behind the creation of Belgorod. If you have any idea of any other weapons that can be compared to it, let's know your opinion in the comment sections.